What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cristal
Ammo.
Podcast, episode 91, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good day, good afternoon, whether you're at work, you're at home, whatever you're doing today. We hope you're having a great day. Got
Mhm.
a lot of topics to get into today. Kendrick Lamar's new video dropped last week. Bronny's NBA debut, Summer League, but still NBA debut. Uh, we're going to cover the AFC South today, division, break
Yeah.
that down and much more things. So, without further ado, let's get to it. And we are back, Cristal and Mal Podcast, episode 91, Big Energy Monday. Mal, what is going on?
Not much, bro. Feeling good. Trying to stay out this heat, bro. How you doing,
Yeah,
man? I see you repping your Royals.
you know, you know,
New hat.
yeah, got it in the mail the other
Okay,
day.
okay,
Well, knocking off my headphones, but you know what I'm saying?
okay. I see.
Got
I
to
see.
represent.
I see you been getting your hat game. You know, you had the UNLV.
Mhm.
Now you got the KC. You got any more lined up coming through?
Soon, soon,
Soon,
soon.
soon. Okay,
So
okay.
I'm trying to expand now the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? I
I
might
got
need to
you.
give
I
me
got
a
you.
Las Vegas Aces or you
Mm-hmm.
know Golden Knights, you know, switch it up.
Raiders.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm never gonna do that.
Hey man, come on, man. Nah, I'm messing with you, dog. Messing with you.
I'd wear a 49ers hat before I wear Raiders.
That's crazy.
That,
You would if you would rather wear a Niners hat than a Raiders hat. If you had to wear one, you would rather wear
yes.
that. No, no. Let me ask you this. You had to pick one, either the Raiders or the Bengals. Which one?
See, why you gotta do that?
What's up, dog?
Why you
Come
gotta
on, man.
go there?
Which one would you choose, my guy?
I wear a Giants hat. No,
Nah,
no.
nah. Giants is no. We're not talking about the Giants. I gave you two options, my guy.
I'll
Which one?
be ball. I'll just go free ball head. I
Come
wear neither one of them.
on, man.
Neither one of them.
Ah.
Could be caught dead. I couldn't come back to Kansas City with those hats on.
Hmm. Be all right.
All right, man. Let's talk about these topics, man. Who is the next NBA star on the new team? I'm gonna let you lay this one out because you brought this to the table.
Well, obviously, every year, NBA, you know, we've been having obviously the trend of new stars going to new teams. Obviously, we had the big Paul George trade where he went to the 76ers. So I thought it'd be a good question on who can you see being a possible next superstar to be on a new team? Who do you think?
Oh, who do I think could possibly be on a new team?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Probably Anthony Edwards.
Why Anthony Edwards? Why do you think Anthony? Coming off a great season with the Timberwolves.
I
Why you
think
think
he
that?
might want to expand his brand. So
Okay.
if he goes to like LA or
Hmm.
I don't know, Houston or New York, Knicks, somewhere like that where the brand can get expanded.
Yeah.
Minnesota, no disrespect to Minnesota. Shout out to my people in Minnesota.
Mhm.
But, it's a small market.
Yeah.
And guys like Anthony Edwards, he might want to get a big market push. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So he might want to get that Lakers rep. I ain't trying to get your hopes up, but
Yeah.
he might want to get that Lakers rub. Or,
Mhm.
he might want to get that, I don't know, New York rub, whether it be Brooklyn or Knicks,
Mhm.
Uh, Maybe he wants to go to, you know, Dallas. You know,
Yeah.
you never know. You know what I'm saying? He might want to get that big market love. You know,
Nah,
I don't know the man. He might like the small market. He might like the laid back avenue. Some people like that, but like
mhm.
a Donovan Mitchell, obviously he likes Cleveland, so he stayed. You know, but I can see Anthony Edwards, you know,
Okay. Okay.
making that move.
Nah, Stan, I agree with Durant. I think Durant or D Book is a great possibility. I think with the way that team is constructed right now, I know the owner pretty much said that they're gonna try to hold off another year and see what's up with that squad. But I feel like we all see the writing on that wall that I don't think they're gonna be winning anything. But I would say this. I'm gonna say most likely I'm gonna say Giannis. I think Giannis is gonna be the next one because I just think that whole obviously I like Dame as a player. I think Giannis is an amazing player. I just think it's going to be hard for them to win anything in that East with the Knicks getting better. You have the Celtics who are going to be constructed for another year with that squad, and the Sixers. I think they could easily be the fourth, maybe fifth best team in that conference. So, and then we have all heard the rumblings with Giannis, with the potentials of moving out and going to a new scenario outside the Bucks. You know, hence why they got the Damian Lillard trade. So I'm gonna say Giannis, but if I had to throw out a real surprise out there, I'm gonna say Jalen Brown. I think Jalen Brown.
Mm.
You know why I say Jalen Brown is because they cannot afford this team after next year. I think you've heard rumblings with Jalen Brown and the fan base, not seeing eye to eye with certain things. You know what I mean? I don't know how happy he is in Boston. I know he can be content, but I think Jalen Brown is a strong-minded figure, and I think just with the way things are going down, they did win a championship, but I think it's going to be really hard to keep that whole team together, and they're going to have to make a choice between either Tatum and Brown, and I feel like the Celtics would choose Tatum over Brown if they needed to make a trade and kind of retool this team.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Uh,
Steph
maybe
Curry.
Zion Williamson.
I think I think Zion Wilson is probably on the same tier to me as like a Kevin Durant and Booker, just based on the sense of can you really trust them? Sooner or later, the Pelicans are going to need to make a choice. Like I know you're already starting to hear, no, they did trade for Dejounte Murray, so I feel like this year they're going to try to go all for it. You are starting to hear more rumors about Brandon Ingram possibly getting traded. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But hey, look, Zion Williamson, his career in New Orleans hasn't gone projected as we all thought it would, with the injuries and, off the court issues and stuff like that. But, I could see him getting traded. Obviously, I could see Karl Anthony Towns getting traded. I think this could possibly be Jimmy Butler's last year in Miami. De'Aaron Fox, he hasn't re-signed his contract with the Kings. He could be potentially seeing, obviously they did get DeMar DeRozan, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. So, he could be holding off on that. And then, look, hey, Steph Curry made some interesting comments the other day where he was kind of hinting like right now he currently is, he wants to stay with the team. He wants to stay with Golden State forever. But, the NBA, all that can be flipped in a matter of days or minutes. You know what I mean? So I thought those were pretty interesting comments from Steph Curry. So I think, people should, keep one eye on that situation as well.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe in his latter years, he might want to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? He's
Possibly,
done
yeah.
it. He's done everything he can with Golden State. So,
Mhm.
in this era of basketball, moving to a new team is not foreign territory anymore. Back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, that was foreign territory.
Yeah.
Moving to a new team, you stayed with the team that you were drafted to, and you stuck without, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a few guys got traded here and there, but
Yeah.
nothing big, you know what I'm saying? Not the big, big, big superstars. But
No.
nowadays, they be on 3, 4, 5 teams. Durant, I think he been on what, 4 teams now?
Let's see. Warriors, Thunder. Yes, I think this is his 14. Nets, yeah, Suns, yeah, it's 14. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kyrie's been on a few teams, so
Mhm.
it be like that. So I wouldn't be surprised Steph leaves. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
So let me ask you one more question. Who do you think it benefits more for him to go to a new team to help his career more?
Who?
Yeah, who do you think it would benefit more if they were to leave their current team right now?
Shoot, that's hard. That's difficult. That's difficult. Probably Shay.
Think Shay should leave? You think Shay should leave the Thunder?
I know the Thunder are building something, but it's all goes back to brand building.
Okay. More eyes on him if he were in the bigger market. Yeah, I get you.
OKC is a good. I'm not discounting it. They were the number one seed last year, but
Hmm.
how were they? But you saw how people were disrespecting them because they
Yeah.
were. If OKC was a big brand, they wouldn't got disrespected. Like with these same players,
Hmm.
this team was constructed on Houston. It wouldn't have got disrespected like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
So probably Shay.
You think
Probably
Shay?
Shay. Yeah.
I think Devin Booker should leave Phoenix. I really do. I
Yeah.
think Devin Booker, he's an amazing talent. I think if he were to, play on the likes of like, a Miami squad or maybe a Knicks squad or one of the LA squads, I think he needs to get out of Phoenix. I think he's done all of that he can do in Phoenix. And I think he deserves, to be, up there with some of the best players in the league right now. You know what I mean? He's just a great offensive player, man. So I think it should be. I think Devin Booker should really look to move, but I know he loves Phoenix. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It was an interesting conversation, man. All right, man. Let's talk a little Kendrick Lamar.
yeah, let's do it.
4th of July, my man dropped the video, the highly anticipated Not Like Us video. Now, it's been out for a couple months now, and it's still, blazing. I still people see it, people loving this song, still
Hmm.
singing along with it. It's
Hmm.
still a banger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he did the pop out concert. That was much success for Amazon Prime. Much success for him because it hit the mark that it needed to hit.
Hmm.
Introduced you to newfound acts that you may not know of in the West Coast. It wasn't just about, oh, Kendrick gonna perform this song and talk about Drake and this, that, and the third. It was about putting Compton back on the map, LA back on the map for
Yeah.
furthermore. So
Hmm.
it introduced you to some rappers and groups and things of that are doing it in California that needed that love. That probably will some of them will probably never perform in front of a crowd like that ever again. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to them, but that's just reality of the music business. So he finally does the video. He had did it that week, that Saturday, and he finally dropped it on the 4th of July.
Hmm.
We saw the pictures the day before. We had talked about it on the show. I figured that he was going to drop it on 4th of July because why would he? I just felt like he was teasing it and then he was going to drop it. And everything Kendrick does is contrite. It's thought out. He doesn't just do stuff just to be doing it. He's not that type of guy. Everything has a thought to it.
Yeah.
So dropping it on 4th of July made sense. Um, your initial thoughts on the video?
I thought the video was what I thought it would be. I didn't think it would be more. Obviously, there were certain images that were pertaining towards Drake, but I thought it was more of just a celebration of like victory lap. You know what I mean? Like obviously the images of a Kendrick Lamar video, they're always superb. You know what I mean? It's always shot really clean. Um, I'm really excited about the sample at the beginning of the music video. If that's something we're gonna get on his album, I'm all for it. Like I was a fan of To Pimp a Butterfly. I know certain people are up and down about that. Obviously, damn good
Mhm.
kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
But if he's gonna give us like this, Kendrick Lamar, West Coast kind of like attitude vibe, you know what I mean? If you know what I mean, like if we're gonna get something like that, I think this could be album of the year. You know what I mean? This could be the year Kendrick. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I thought it was a dope. I thought probably the best part for me in the whole video was probably the ending with him and his family his wife and his two
Mhm.
kids. You know what I mean? You kind of had that still image that we first saw with them looking like I love the filter on it where it kind of looked like got kind of have like that old school, what I mean, filter vibe to it. And then, just to see her, obviously a lot of people were, had a lot of questions about their relationship and, pertaining to their kids and them too as well. But you can tell she has Kendrick's back no matter what, whether if they're together or not.
Yeah.
And that she's riding with him. Just seeing her crip walk in the living room with her and her kids. Just running around playing around in the background. That's black love that we all love to see.
Mhm.
And just a great support system that she is for Kendrick. And I'm sure he appreciates that as well. And then, just seeing all the different West Coast artists and athletes and residents of city in that part of LA. It was amazing, man. You know what I mean? It was just a great culmination to this whole battle, and Kendrick deserves it, man. LA deserves it, the West Coast deserves it, and we got some great music out of it, man. So it was a great show, great show.
Yeah, I agree, man. Everything about this video was cool. It was dope. Like you said, that from the jump off of the snippet of that song, um, everybody loved the snippet. You see all the reactions to the video. They're like, "Yo, I want that new song. I want
Yeah,
this
yeah.
right away. Give us that,
Mhm.
Kendrick." And hopefully, this isn't like the All Right video where he had that first song in the beginning and we never
Right,
heard
right, right, right.
it.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Because that shit was a banger too, man. I
Yeah,
wanted that
yeah,
one
that's what
too.
I'm saying. Like, don't do that to us again, Kendrick, man.
Hmm.
That thing is a banger right there. Um, but everything from Tommy the Clown being in there, and if you
Yeah.
don't know about Tommy the Clown, he is a well-known, legendary figure in LA. He was at the Pop Out concert too. If you know anything about clown, the clown dancing, that's where Crumping came from. They have a whole documentary on it called Rise, um, where they talk about him and where it all came from and how he uses that to bring the kids together, get them off the streets, not having to go into gangs and things of that nature. So he is a prominent figure in LA. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people's like, well, what's up with the clown? Like, he's a prominent figure in LA, so
Hmm.
that's why he's in there. Um, uh, from everything, this video, if we're gonna get on the Drake stuff, it knocked down all the stuff from Family Matters, all the stuff that Drake said about Kendrick. It just kind of like knocked it down. It just smacked it away. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing about Kendrick, what he did through this whole battle, and I'll get on the big picture in a minute, but through this whole battle, he never got on Twitter. He never got on Instagram. He didn't put no 5-second clip videos, trying to dispel all the stuff that Drake said about him or him and Whitney or anything like that. Whitney never got on Instagram and said, "No, this is my man," and da da da. They never did that. They never, stooped down to the kid level of using social media. You know what I'm saying? They put everything in the music. They left it on the music. Um, and that's what this video was. From Dave Free being in the video. You know what I'm
And directing
saying?
the video.
Yeah, he directed it and he was in it. You saw him with the phone in his head.
Hmm.
He's shaking Kendrick's hand and all that stuff from the whole crowd. The part where they had kind of like the Family Matter filter, and Drake is sneaking up on him with the Poon Shiesty demo tape, look what Tootsie Slide little stuff that he had on gets wiped
Hmm.
away from the owl in the cage. Uh, a nod to Maya Angelou's "Bird in the Cage," because what's a bird in the cage do? They sing, and that's basically what he's telling Drake to do. Your best attribute is to sing.
Hmm.
Um, and then the big picture, showing the city of Cali coming together to support Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? And just showing that culturally, there's not a lot of rappers that can do that. Even
Hmm.
else, we're not even just talking Drake. How many rappers do you think can just bring a whole city together like that and
Yeah.
come out, have a good time, and just celebrate? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Whether you're celebrating the victory over Drake, or you're just celebrating Compton, celebrating LA. Not too many people can do that. To me, that is power. to bring so many people from different sides, different sets, different walks of life in one city and bring them together and let's say let's put on for the city.
Yeah.
Not a lot of rappers can do that.
Mhm.
Maybe a few in Atlanta can do that, but I even that might get a little sticky. So, um,
Do you think we're in the era of Kendrick and the West Coast? Do you think this is the era that kind of like starts it up?
it can start it up now from here. We got to see more people do more. This is the opportunity. If you're a West Coast artist, better get your album ready. Get it ready. Get it going. Get your singles ready. Put them out there.
Well, I think we've had a strong start. I think Schoolboy Q, Vince
Yeah.
Staples, obviously we got the Kendrick stuff. We got the J Rock albums coming out. We
Yeah.
got the TDE album coming out.
Mhm.
You're hearing workings of, SZA album. I'm sure Dom Kennedy's doing some stuff. You know, uh, who else is coming out? I'm sure there's like a whole, and obviously Kendrick's album. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
um, it could definitely lend towards that way. You know what I mean?
No, no, no doubt, no doubt. I'm just saying, like, even if you're up and coming artist from the West Coast, just
Hmm.
put it out there because the eyes are on you now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the West Coast is winning right now because they're united. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of people that are united like this right now in the rap game because everybody has, you know, that competition element. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
And not even just competition. Some guys just don't rock with each other. And I'm sure in this whole thing, there's some guys that may not rock with each other, but they learn how to put their differences aside
yeah.
and think of the big picture. That's hard to do,
No,
to
it
think
is.
big picture because you may not rock with the dude right here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he West Coast. And
Yeah,
we doing this because Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? We trying to, big up him and have his back. You
no
know what I'm
doubt.
saying? So
Well, yeah,
I,
like I think it's definitely can unite the whole West Coast. You know what I mean? Like as I
Mhm,
said, like just the symbolics of the concert, the video. You know what I mean? The outright support that Kendrick is getting. You know what I
mhm.
mean? That's something that the West Coast hasn't really been doing the last 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? So you're right. Yeah, YG has something cooking up. I think even Mustard has an album coming out pretty soon. You know what I mean? So
He does. I think it comes
um
out this weekend, matter of
yeah, this
fact.
week. Yeah, I think I saw a posting of that. So I know we're all looking forward to that. Mustard Sound is pretty much it's up there, even with Metro Boomin right now. I
Hmm.
think those two are
Hmm.
1A, 1B right now as far as like the sound of the game and where music is going. So uh look, people have been kind of hitting. Maybe the Kendrick album is majority produced by Mustard. If that's the case, that's a lot of club bangers that Kendrick's gonna get that we're not accustomed to him seeing, getting. You know what I mean? So, uh, no, I think it's dope, man. I really do. I honestly have high expectations for the Kendrick album. I have high expectations for a lot of West Coast rappers. I hope the West Coast rappers and I hope everybody, takes control of this shit. You know what I mean? Well, rap was in a weird space before all this. Me and you talked about it on several occasions where, last year really wasn't a really great year for music at all. You know what I mean? It was an unmemorable year. For a lot of music, came and went, and it's not here. So I think this has been probably the most memorable year for music in a while. And hopefully they keep this going. You know what I mean? Question for you: what do you think is next for Drake? Do you think? I know we kind of hit on this a little bit, here and there through this whole thing, because at the end of the day, with this not like us video out, this is pretty much the culmination of it. This is pretty much over. This is
Hmm.
probably the last time we're even going to be talking about this, and we can all move forward to the newer projects that are coming out with Kendrick and all that. But what do you think is next for Drake, man? Do you think he can get back to the dominance of what he was with the rap game? I kind of saw some stuff with DJ Academic saying, he's not going to get the care package anymore. People, I wasn't really aware of this until recently, but people were kind of upset with the Drake and Kabbalah feature that he had because of her recent past with
Hmm.
some racist rhetoric towards black people and all that. So the last couple of music decisions that he's made haven't really been really too good for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Me and you included. We have not agreed with anything that he's done. I was feeling the Camilla Carbola music. song until I recently heard everything about her. So, I kind of changed my whole rhetoric with that conversation. So,
Mhm.
what's your thoughts with all that?
I don't know, man. Like maybe this is the time when he need to take that break, man. And I've said that for the longest, man. Like he's been in our face since, like he's never gone away.
Yeah.
Never. He's never gone away. And I don't know, man. I get it. You've been pumping these hits out. You got a fan base galore,
Mhm.
and they love you. Them OVOs, the OVOs, they love you.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a thing to recharge your battery. It's get new perspectives on lives, and then come back and hit the studio. You know what I'm saying? Not to say to stop working, but you take somebody like Kendrick, and everybody jokes about Kendrick. Oh, he's gonna be gone for 5 years, whatever. But if he gives you a complete body of work, because he's experienced so many different things in lives, that's all a part of growing up and
Mhm.
becoming a man is you're introduced to so many things, especially these guys that are got money, able to
Yeah.
travel, experience different things. Unlike us, yeah, we can travel here and there, but we got to save our money up and all that stuff. These guys got money coming in the bank. They can go take a trip to Paris. They can go take a trip to Dubai. You know what I'm saying? And experience the whole world,
Mhm.
or just regular stuff going on in their lives. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Kendrick is talking about with Drake is that Drake is still kind of in this. He's what 38, 37 years old, and
Yeah,
he,
around there.
and he
Yeah, he's around
still
there.
kind of comes off like he's 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to knock his lifestyle. That's his lifestyle choices. That's on whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you live your life, but there's really never been no substance. Like he never speaks on nothing issues, whether he'll speak on some relationship shit, you know what I'm saying? But how many times we gonna hear him talk about the same girl that broke his heart? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's all
saying?
it's all spiteful shit at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be like petty
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't do this, you called this person, you listen to Ludacris, like you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas it's never been like no make you change your perspective on something. You know what I'm saying? Or give you perspective on something. Oh, I never thought of it like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got a point there, Drake. Like he never really spoke on nothing. So
Yeah.
and that's cool. If that's the type of artist you are, you want to just bring out the vibes and the bangers, by all means. But I would like an introspective album from Drake, just to get something from you to know what are your viewpoints on certain things. I may
I
not
don't,
even agree with him, but
I
at
don't think
least
you'll
I
ever
know
get
you
that.
stand on something.
I don't think you'll ever get that. Sorry to cut you off. I don't think
No,
you.
no, you good.
I don't think you ever get that because it's kind of like I agree with it in a sense. You know what I mean? Like if you watch, academics, Joe, and all them, they kind of been said that shit. Like there's a reason why he's doing the Lil Yachty features. He's doing the Cabello feature and all that because he's not getting the Weekend shit no more. He's not getting the Travis Scott shit no more. He's not getting the DJ Mustard. He's not getting the YG. He's not getting the Kendrick. Maybe J. Cole because he's kind of in the middle, but he don't want to be a part of that situation right now. Um, I'm like, where is he gonna get it from? You know what I mean? Like, I've been kind of saying like, yeah, he should just take a break, but now I'm kind of starting to sense maybe he shouldn't. Maybe he need to just drop some hits. You know what I'm saying? But I get in the same time. It's like we're kind of getting burnt out on this whole situation as a whole. I get it. I feel like we're all kind of we know Kendrick won, not like us. All right, we moved on. But if he's gone for so long and he can't get that smash hit again, then what does that say? You know what I mean? If the industry isn't going to help him get to that point again, what does that say to you?
I hear you.
So I don't know. I think Drake's in kind of a weird spot right now. You know what I mean? If it let's say Kendrick does drop this album, you know what I mean? Obviously you got the little rumors because he wore I don't know if it was like a jersey or something and it had the date 8/6 24 on it. some people are speculating that could be the album release. I low key think it'll probably be maybe that a video for that song that was the snippet of it. That's why I kind of low key think it might be. But let's say he does and he knocks that shit out the park. Grammy Award winning, shit gets played, beats some Drake records and all that. What do you do if you Drake? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you're literally you have literally got smacked up and down the aisleway for the whole year. Like you can't just you can't go away for 2-3 years. Like people want to hear you. And then in today's society, we do live in a microwave society. I think he kind of needs to stay active in a sense, but he needs to be way smarter in how he goes about it. You know what I mean? Stop doing features. Just do songs with just you on it. You know what I mean? Like drop us a 9 a.m. in whatever, I don't know, Toronto or Abu Dhabi or Japan, some shit. I don't know. Do something. You know what I mean? Like he needs to do something, like take a break, but at the same time still be in people's conversations. You know what I mean? And I get that's kind of a hard balance to kind of like keep up.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I don't know what he can do. I honestly don't know what would be the best move for him right now because
do you think Kendrick put a big dent that we did not anticipate he would do to Drake? I thought it'd be like a dent where it'd be like, all right, cool, he got hit in the chest, he gonna get back up, he'll. But now I'm starting to think like, I don't know, bro. I don't know where you go from here.
I definitely think he put a stain on the jacket.
How big of a stain though? Is it like some shit where you can put some shot on it and it'll come up after a couple washes, or is that shit just it's permanently? It's like that's a permanent stain right there.
I don't know if it's permanent, but it ain't a good look. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a good look. It's not a good look. I just think that look, his fan base is going to be his fan base
for sure.
Like
yeah,
because and we've heard Joe Budden say this. We've heard other people say this. Just because you're a Drake fan, it doesn't particularly mean you're a hip hop fan.
True.
You know what I'm saying? All the Drake fans are not hip hop fans. So those core of people are still going to rock with him because they don't care about this hip hop stuff. They don't care about the purity and the culture and all that stuff. They just want the vibes. They just want the hits. Make me dance. I want to look good at the pool party with the Drake song on. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to look good at the club and VIP with the Drake song on. Or, if I'm riding in my car. They don't care about the hip hop stuff. So he'll never lose that fan base. He will never lose that. But when it comes to the hip hop culture, I do think that some people look at him a little kind of away.
So do you think he should, if whenever his next project comes out, do you think he should go back to the hip hop shit, or do you think he should just stick to what he's been doing, staying poppy? Like obviously the decisions that he's been making ever since this whole beef has all been pop related decisions. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think? You think he should go back to the hip hop shit, try to get back, get the respect back in the rap game, or
how about like you said, be you?
Yeah, could do that.
Give me the Drake. I don't want to hear another you in Future type track or you in 21.
He ain't getting that one.
You know what I mean? Like
I know what you mean.
Not particularly getting Future, but a song that sounds like Metro Boomin produced it, or a song that sounds like he's from Memphis, or a song he sounds like he's from Houston. I want Toronto Drake.
So far gone Drake.
Yes, rap.
Yeah.
Give me that guy.
Yeah.
Go back to that. Go back to your roots.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that authentic Drake that we all, as hip hop heads, fell in love with.
Yeah, because
I don't the poppy guy. Okay, cool. You got to appease that audience. I get it because Universal was probably putting pressure on you to appease those guys. You got to do what you got to do. But you still at the same time, give me the rapper, the MC.
Mm-hmm.
You got to show them, and it's crazy to say that because he's shown us he can't rap. I'm just saying, get back to showing us what you made of, man.
Yeah,
spit them bars.
Yeah,
and not on some petty shit. Like, just rap.
I think Drake is He, I think Petty's in his blood, bro. I don't know.
Okay, if that's who. And look, let me take that back because I do like Petty Drake, but I'm just saying the subs, that sub shit you be doing, man. Like I don't want to hear you subbing Kendrick. Like I don't want to hear you trying to flip a not like us type bar or something.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what you're gonna get from Drake. I really don't know. I don't even know who's in his corner right now. I really don't. That's outside of OVO. I really don't. Like, I guess you could probably say 21 Savage still. I think you could probably still
21,
say that
the
probably
game.
safely. The game, yeah.
I'm still, I'm
I
still
don't know about Lil Wayne. Maybe Nicki Minaj, but I don't know
Nikki
about Lil
definitely.
Wayne.
Nikki definitely.
I don't know about Lil Wayne. Obviously not ASAP. You're not getting the weekend.
Mm-mm.
Uh Like you obviously you'll get Lil Yachty, but who gives no offense, but who gives a fuck about Yachty? You know, you can get a fucking Yeet, I guess, but who gives a fuck about Yeet? No disrespect, but you're not getting no one from the West Coast. Not anytime soon. No one from the West Coast is touching Drake anytime soon. I'm sorry. The only person that might do it is the game,
Yeah, and
but
he's kind,
he don't give a fuck. But
and even him is kind of like
yeah,
now.
even him, you don't know. You don't know. You're not
No, I'm
getting
just
anything
saying
from
now.
Ross.
But
Yeah.
even now, it's like
Yeah,
I
you're not
already
getting
and
anything from Ross.
no.
I don't think you're getting anything from J. Cole for a while.
Mm-mm.
You know what I
J.
mean?
Cole trying to stay clear of you right now.
He's trying to stay clear of you. And then, you kind of said a little slick shit ever since, he did the apology, with Kendrick and all that shit. He said a couple slick shit too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, where you going? Camera? Maybe camera? I don't know. I don't know, dog. I don't know. I don't know where Drake goes. Like he has to figure this shit on his own. He has to get out of this shit on himself and by himself. And if
Let's
he can
see.
do that, God bless him, man. Because at the end of the day, no matter how we feel about the situation, we all want to hear some Drake shit. Right now I would love for him to take a break, but eventually we all want to hear some Drake shit. Drake got hits, man. He's one of the best of all time. I think Kendrick, did some damage, more damage than I thought he could. Honestly, I thought Kendrick would always win this shit. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think the damage would be this surmountable to me. You know what I mean? Like you just feel it. It just feels
I,
different for me. I don't know what it
I
is, but it just feels different.
I think because of Not Like Us became such a global hit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We didn't see that. Like me and you thought that Kendrick could out rap
Absolutely. Yeah.
Drake. Like
Yeah.
if we talking bars and just lyrically paralysis, like not to say that Drake ain't got lyrical paralysis. It's just I just feel like Kendrick writes on a whole different level when it comes to that.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So me and you, and people who are fans of Kendrick Lamar, of course, they thought he could out rap Drake
Mhm.
at the end of the day when it comes down to it. But what we did not see was Not Like Us becoming the phenomenon that has become. Like literally when Juneteenth comes around, this song will be associated with it.
Hell, it maybe even Independence Day. Maybe like,
Maybe.
and it's not slowing down anytime. It's not slowing down. It's not slowing
No,
down
and
anytime soon.
that I'm surprised about because
Yeah.
usually hits they hit for a couple of months. Even a Drake song will hit for a couple of months, but
Right.
it'll kind of like slowly die down a little
Yeah.
bit, get down to like 5 or 6 or 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll still be in the top 10, but a hit will kind of slow down. This thing, it almost like it wants to slow down, but then something else will happen. It'll shoot right back up to number one. Like this video shot it right back up to number one.
Like honestly, yeah. Like it's not slowing down anytime soon. When we get the Kendrick album this year, it's not gonna slow down anytime soon. And who knows what else is gonna be on that fucking album. Um, yeah, man. I don't know. I really don't know what's next with Drake. I think if one thing that he has learned is that he needs to humble himself a little bit. I get it. You're the best. You're the greatest. But your arrogance is what killed you in this battle.
No, of course.
Your arrogance is what pretty much ruined a lot of relationships that you used to have, and that's just the reality of it.
He thought that he could play those kitty games that he played with Meek. And he
Yeah,
could do that to Kendrick, and it just didn't work because you think you're talking about somebody who's too calculated for you.
yeah,
like to remember a lot of the stuff that he remembered is
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, uh, yeah, it's nuts that I don't know, man. I don't know where Drake goes from here.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like it's hard to say what direction he should go because I don't know. I really don't know anymore. I really don't know. But shout out to Kendrick, man. Shout out to the West, man. Shout out to this music video. Shout out to his family. Shout out to his kids. Um, hopefully he doesn't pull the rug from under us with that snippet. Hopefully that's a full song. And hopefully that, in the future, man, hopefully we get that album real soon, man. So can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Obviously, it seems like we have technical difficulties with Chris's stuff. So I don't know, man. If anybody got any questions, man, on the live, man, shoot them to me, man. While Chris gets his camera fixed.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Man, my bad, but she was
Nah,
playing.
you good? You straight?
All right, man. Let's talk about Bronny James, man.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it.
He had his debut. Was that Saturday?
Saturday, yep. Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, like 4 points. I think like what
Two
three assists, two
rebounds, two
rebounds.
assists, one steal. He was two for 9 from field goal, 0 for 3 from 3 point, and 0 for 2 from the free throw in 22 minutes.
What's your thoughts, man? This is your team.
Why you gotta say it like that, dog?
All
Damn,
right,
man.
this is your team, brother.
Look, man. Obviously, it wasn't really an impressive performance. I don't know how much stock you can really put into these summer league games. Obviously, you want to see him, do something. It's kind of the same line he's been kind of doing over at USC. I'll say this though, a lot of shots that he did take, it didn't look like they were like terrible shots. A lot of them were hit the back of the rim or kind of rolled out. They looked really decent shots. It looked like he can get to his spots. He was a really quick player. Defensively, he looked really good. Obviously minus the one little clip where he got a little, slippage on the court, but at the end of the day, this is he's a project player, man. He's gonna need a couple years before he can get to hit his potential. So I'm not surprised by the slow start. The one thing that worried me a little bit is that he did get held out the last game with knee swollenness. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if that was like if they were just planning on some for him to sit out and maybe get ready for the Vegas showing. But we'll see, man. Obviously, Summer League kicks off out here in Vegas. I think starting Friday. I may check it out. We'll see. We'll see what's up. But I think we'll see a lot more Bronny and out here in Vegas, and I expect better things from Dalton Connect too. Dalton Connect that first game too. He didn't look too good as well, but first game jitters, man. I'm not really too pressed right now. It's not like he's gonna, have a truly huge impact on this Lakers this year as far as like regular season or anything like that. He might get some minutes here and there. Maybe be on some defensive units and stuff like that. But besides that, I don't really have high expectations for Bronny this year, so I'm not really tripping.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be more of just a development year for him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think he's going to see a lot of significant minutes, and when the games really start up, when the
Yeah.
season regular season, you might see him in the preseason, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you see him too many times unless you guys are just blowing somebody out.
Right.
I don't think you see him on the court that much, and like I said before, he might even get sent to the G League to cut his teeth down there a little bit. try to get his stuff up, and then potentially maybe halfway through the season he comes back, or
Yeah.
maybe he's more of a future like next year. You know what I'm saying? He can come on the team and show what he got. You know what I'm saying? After developing himself in the G League. So
No doubt. Yeah, I have more expectations for Dalton Connect than I do
yeah,
for Bronny this year.
yeah,
Especially, being the age that Dalton is, you know what I mean? As I said, he didn't play a good first game. He looked a little bit better yesterday. But I expect to see more growth from Dalton Connect this year. And I'm gonna have my eyes more on him than so on Bronny. But whatever Bronny does, it's just icing on the cake. So
yeah, for sure. And we all wish him the best. We want Bronny to succeed.
absolutely, absolutely, 100%. 100%. Want to see him succeed and take your time. You got the 4-year guaranteed contract. There's no rest for you, man. I get it. He wants to play with his dad, so I think eventually he'll definitely see the main stage sometime this year. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's do our better surefire picks.
Yeah. You want me to go or you want to go?
Go ahead.
All right, let me see if I can find it. All right, cool. So I actually got a couple. I'm gonna do the first one. Got a WNBA pick. I got the Sparks plus 7.5 tonight against the Lynx. I think they can cover that. And then my next four, we're in the semifinals for the Euros and the Copa. So I'm gonna go with France on the money line to beat Spain. I'm gonna go England on the penalty kicks to beat the Netherlands. I'm gonna go Argentina money line to beat Canada. Another bad year, another bad time for Drake. And then I'm gonna go money line Colombia because I cannot root for Uruguay. I was at the game with Brazil. Very fire. Shout out to Brian for that. And man, that was a great game. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Colombia money line. So those are my surefire bets for this Monday afternoon.
All right, I'm gonna go into baseball. I got the Yankees over the Rays. I got the Dodgers plus money plus 125, and I got the Guardians over the Tigers.
Man, sooner or later we're gonna have to have a conversation on these Yankees, boy. What's going on with these Yankees, boy? We're gonna have to have a baseball conversation here soon. I know we gotta talk about your Royals. I think they're well deserved. You know what? That's what we should do. I know All-Star Weekend is next week, right? Or this weekend? When is it? It starts this weekend, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Maybe we might do that on Wednesday. Maybe we'll get some baseball in here. Talk about your Royals. You know what I mean? I've been hearing some things about the Yankees and all that.
4 All-Stars, baby.
Oh yeah. So you heard it here first. Maybe we'll talk a little baseball on Wednesday. I know we have not done that yet, but I think it's well deserved. I think your team deserves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They were playing pretty good, man. And they had their slips and dips, but for the most part, they've been playing pretty good this year. I like some of the players that we got. Some of our starting pitching is good. It's the back end that's a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? But we build it, man. We build it. I ain't expecting them to win the World Series, but get to the wild card, baby. That's
never know, man. You never know.
But yeah, for sure. But yeah, go to our Twitter or our YouTube page. Click on the Bet Us link. First time bettors only. Go to the website. You sign up, put $100 minimum bet. Put in the promo code JOHN125. You get 125% signing bonus. That's 3 risk-free bets, 10% gambling insurance. So go to Bet Us and make you some money, man.
Yeah, please do.
All right, man. Let's talk a little boxing. Shakur Stevenson had a fight this weekend, man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, but he had a fight this weekend. Before we get into him, shout out to Mason Abdullah.
Oh yeah. He looked amazing. Yeah,
knocked the dude out TKO 3rd round.
Mm-hmm.
Keyshawn Davis, he had a really good fight.
He did. He looked great.
Did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Judges, some pieces of shit taking Oshak. What's his name? Oshaki Foster. He won that fight clearly. I don't know why you gave it to that other guy. He had 11% punch. He only connected 11% of his punches.
No, I felt bad for Ashaki, bro. You know, the emotion spilled out for him, man.
Yeah,
That
you
was
saw it in his face. Like
no, it's embarrassing, bro. That was
shit
embarrassing.
like that makes you not want to fight no more. Like, come on, man.
No, no, it makes you totally understand as boxing fans. I totally understand when people be like, "This is the reason why I
Yeah,
don't watch boxing."
yeah.
I get it. Trust me, I understand. UFC, you know, it happens to UFC too, but not as egregiously as it does in boxing, man. And then just to see him put all that hard work, for pretty much for nothing, wasted because some judges can't fucking see. Get some youth in there, man. Call me and Chris. We'll
Mhm.
sit by the motherfucking ring and score
Mhm.
these motherfuckers correctly. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's embarrassing, man. Yeah. So sorry to cut you up.
No, you good, brother. No, it was bad. It was bad, and you judges, boy, y'all messed this sport up more and more and more and more.
Absolutely. Y'all
Um,
why AI needs to be approved for
yeah,
that.
for real. But let's get to the main event. Shakur Stevenson. Look, man, I get it. We all wanted a knockout. No, we did. We all wanted a knockout.
Yeah.
He dominated every round, but
Did.
I know we get it. We see Tank Davis, he knocking fools out. Earlier, Mason Adula was knocking fools out. You know, uh, the only thing I didn't like about Shakur Stevenson in this fight was him when he was in his corner. He kept talking back to his trainer, his grandfather.
Yeah.
Like, man trying to give you some tools to take the dude out. And do I feel like there's some times where Shakur kind of plays it safe
Mm-hmm.
when he could, throw a little bit more combinations? Because defensively, it's no doubt he's probably one of the better defensive fighters in the game. We're not denying that. But if you want to get this crowd, you want to get the people behind you, man, you do have to show a little bit more. You got to have that killer instinct to want to get dudes up out of there. And I'm not knocking that. I don't think he didn't want to get him out of there because you saw the frustration in his face. He wanted to get that dude up out of there. He really wanted it. He heard the complaints from the last fight, and you could see the disappointment in his face when he didn't knock this dude out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, whoever he signs with, which I think he signs with Eddie Hearns, hopefully he take that as motivation to go forward. Because at the end of the day, he's still a top tier fighter in my books. Yes, he didn't knock nobody out, but he's still a top tier fighter. And like I said, like, he just got to work on either getting stronger or go back to the drawing board. Maybe he needs a new trainer because him and his grandfather, he obviously doesn't, ain't listening to him no more. So maybe he needs to go with Bomac. Maybe he'll respect Bomac way more.
Mm-hmm.
Or Andre Ward, because Andre Ward was in his corner. But he needs to do something, switch up something. I don't know. But like I said, I'm still a fan, but he got to turn it up. he definitely got to turn it up. So,
Uh, I'll say this. Let me start out by saying this. Congratulations to Shakur. You did dominate the fight. You're a great boxer, brother. But let's call a spade, bro. He's just not an exciting fighter to watch right now. He's just not. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the hesitancy is with him. He's a great he's a great defensive fighter. Offensively, he's good as well on that too. I think he could be a little bit better. But look, man, I get it, man. I saw what's her name?
Alicia.
Yeah. I saw her kind of talking about it, kind of saying like, oh, people are gonna hate you regardless, blah blah blah. Look, man, we get it. You got y'all boxers, you guys put your lives on the line, you guys train hard for it. I'm not gonna sit here and minimize that, but the reality is this is an entertainment sport. If you want, look, at this point, he doesn't need to fight any no names. Give him big name fighters because that's the only way this man is ever going to show what he really is.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more and more he fights these no-name fighters, the more it hurts him and his fucking brand. Let's just call it what it is. His brand does not look promising right now. He is not a pay-per-view boxer right now. No. You have people in your own hometown walking out of your fight before it's even done. That's not a good look. Yes, you dominated. Congratulations. I'm happy for you, brother. But at the sense of it, if you want to be the greatest, if you keep proclaiming you can beat the Tank Davises, you can beat the Frank Martins, you can beat, whoever, the Ryan Garcias, whoever it is, Devin Haney's, whoever it is, I need to see more. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm not asking for a knockout, but I'm asking for an exciting fight. I wanted to see you put him down because I think you should have. You have all the capabilities in the world to knock him out quick. You know what I mean? I saw the face of, I forgot my man's name that he faced, but I know he faced Frank Martin. He looked like he took way more damage from Frank Martin than he did against Shakur Stevenson. That's just what it is right now with him. And I get it, like you won, but you have to win with substance in the boxing game. That's just the reality of it, man. If it was not like that, then there would be a lot more fighters out here, just making money. But it doesn't go that way. Tank Davis is who Tank Davis is because how he knocks people out and how he wins these fights. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. Floyd Mayweather was the same thing. He wasn't knocking people out, but he put on a motherfucking show. Mm-hmm. That's just reality. So I hate to say this about Shakur, but at this point, I don't think it does him any benefits if he keeps finding these no-name fighters. He needs to just go ahead and start taking these Frank Martins and do whatever it takes to get the deal done. Take the Frank Martins, I know we're going to talk about Ryan here in a little bit, but, Devin Haney's, whatever. And I get it. They may be scared to fight you just because of your skill. Maybe Devin Haney is. I don't know. But from what we've seen, it's going to be hard to sell these fights. That's all I'm kind of saying. So
I don't think it's his fault that he hasn't got the big names. He had a fight set up for Frank Martin, and then Frank Martin backed out.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. I understand, man. But look, it's just going to be hard for him to promote these fights, brother. It just is, man.
And look, I'm not mad at Frank. Frank said, "Bump it. I'm gonna go get this more money from Tank."
100%, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Tank, he's like, I'm gonna fight Lomachenko because that's a bigger fight right now. So
yeah, I saw some things. Sorry to cut you off. I saw some things about maybe, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if you've seen them where Vasily Lomachenko was going to step aside for
that dude. What is this? Coach Kenny, you said he was playing. He said,
okay. I saw that shit. I didn't know if it was. I didn't think it was true, but you know what I mean.
Coach Kenny, he said he even laughed. He put laugh out loud. He said, "Man, that ain't happening." He said
I was like, I don't think Lomachenko would ever walk away from that.
He was like, take money. He was like, take it Lomachenko, and I think he said November. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
He was he was bullshitting. You know what I'm saying?
But
look, Shakur, man, look, I try to defend you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of the ones that think you can have the skills to beat Tank.
Same. It's just hard, bro. It's hard to defend this shit.
It's hard to defend you, brother, because you're not getting these. The one thing you need to learn from the person that you train with, Bud Crawford. Crawford has that killer instinct, bro.
Yes,
like he's probably the outside of Tank, and at the time, Errol Spence, you were the best closer. Yeah. Nobody closed like Bud. Bud just knows how to get. Once he spelled blood in the water, he gonna get your ass up out of there.
Yeah,
and that's something that you just gotta have, bro. You gotta have that killer instinct that when you smell blood in the water, all right, it's time to get this dude up out of here. I ain't playing with you.
You ain't got the KO, TKO. Like, make him quit. Make him throw in the fucking towel. Like, damn, this dude beat my ass. He can't knock me out, but I feel that shit. And it's just like, you don't feel it. You don't feel it. Like, there's a couple instances within that fight where he's like, oh, okay. You see the certain instincts where it's like, man, okay, why can't we see more of that shit? Keep it coming, keep it going. You know this man can't beat you. Just keep going. What's going on? It's just like, I don't know what it is, man. It's just, look, I love Shakur. I think he's an amazing fighter, just like you said. But it's getting tough, bro. It's getting tough. Like, next fight, are you going to be excited to watch the Shakur Stevenson fight? I'm
If it
not.
ain't a big, if it's not a big name, no. If it's not a
It
big
just
name, then
because
no.
at this point you have to expect it's not going to be an entertaining fight. That's just that's just the track record he has right now. Like
Now,
you
if they
go,
announce him and Frank Martin, then yeah, let's
that's
go.
what I'm saying. It has to be more of like, okay, he's gonna have no choice but to fucking show out.
Mm-hmm.
With Frank Martin, you're gonna have no choice but to prove that.
Of
Because look,
course.
as we said, with Frank Martin, he was winning that fight against Tank, and then I don't know what happened with the ropes, but look, Shakur Stevenson, he can't do what he did on Saturday against Frank Martin. He can't do that. He cannot. That's a reality. You can't do that with Devin Haney. I don't want to see that because I think that fight would just be boring as shit. But you definitely can't do that with Tank. So like I don't know, bro. Like all right, let me ask you, who do you think he fights next? Like what's going on? Like who do you
I
see
think
him
he
fights
fights and this guy fought on that Nate Diaz card. William Zepeda. That's the guy he needs to fight next. William Zepeda, he has a belt at 135. He's a skilled fighter. He got his dude up out of there in third round. I think his name is what was the dude's name he fought? I forgot his name. He actually fought Isaac Cruz on the Tank card. I mean on the Bud Crawford card. Bud and Errol Spence card. That's the next fight he needs to take.
Yeah.
That is the guy he needs to go ahead and fight. Get him up out of there.
This year too.
Yes.
He'll be back in the ring by like October because he ain't do shit.
Especially if you sign with Eddie Hearns, because he gonna make that fight happen because they both gonna fight on the zone.
Yeah.
So go ahead, fight William Zepeda. Go ahead and knock him, get him up out of there.
And low key, he should low key be on some of these Riyadh cards. Be on some of these bigger cards. Be you don't gotta be, you ain't even gotta be the main event. You should be the co-main event or something. You know what I mean? Like you should be on some of these big cards so you can get more eyes on you. And
now that he's a free agent, now you can do a Bud Crawford with a co-main event of Shakur Stevenson. Like that's how you do it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you. He needs to get with Bo Mac or somebody to kind of like not change his style, but
get somebody he respects in that corner.
Somebody, more respectable. No disrespect to his family or anything like that. That's in his corner. But they need to find somebody needs to get the urgency out of Shakur Stevenson. They need to get the urgency out of Shakur Stevenson. They need to get the fire out of Shakur Stevenson. They need to get I don't give a fuck. I'm running through this wall and I'm gonna mess you up. I'm gonna be smart about it, but I'm gonna get you down through hell and crook. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? And it's like you just haven't seen that as of late with Shakur. And hopefully we can get it because I'm always gonna root for the brother. I always want to see him succeed. I think he's a hell of a talent. He has a hell of a personality. I'm sure he's a well-likable young man. But look, it's not really on the promising end right now. Even after that win, so but we're gonna continue to root for you, brother.
Of course. But fight William Zepeda next.
Yeah, none but big names, bro. Names that people know and they're gonna bring out the best of you. Like you need to start taking some more risks. That's for sure.
Because Isaac Cruz ain't gonna fight you. He definitely ain't gonna fight you.
No.
All right, man. Let's talk a little wrestling, man.
Let's do it.
John Cena.
Yep.
Saturday was Money in the Bank card.
Okay.
Some, interesting things that happened that night. But the most interesting thing was John Cena coming out and announcing that 2025 will be the year of his retirement. And he is going on a retirement tour where he will enter the Royal Rumble. And he will be performing and wrestling at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, Nevada. That will be his last match in WrestleMania. I have a quick story. I was at work yesterday, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to name this person's name because I ain't going to put his name out there. But my co-worker. So I'm behind the bar in where my station was at. And he coming around the corner and his eyes are red. Tears in his eyes. I'm thinking maybe he got some bad news. Death in the family. you know, maybe, somebody's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Something didn't happen.
Girl got pregnant, so you know.
He ain't got no girl. But takes me in the bag. Man, I got some sad news to tell you. I said, "What's up, man? What's wrong?" John Cena's retired. Man, I almost punched him in his face.
What? He was that emotional about it?
Bro, tears in his eyes bloodshot red.
Damn. Must have hurt. Must have hurt.
Look, will there be some tears shed on WrestleMania 41 when he takes his last bout? Maybe. But I'll be damned if I come to your station where you working at, mall. You see tears in my eyes. I'm talking about The Rock and retired.
Is there any retirement that will make you emotional right now? They were to be like, yo, I'm coming out. I'm retiring. This is my last year.
No.
Like one tear will come down your eye. Like, damn.
No. Because the last one was The Undertaker.
In any sport. What Patrick Mahomes like? This is my last year. I'm retiring.
I'm balling, man. It's over. It's over.
Hey man. Nah, man. Like, look, I think I definitely want to go to WrestleMania this year, even regardless before this announcement was out there. I'm assuming he'll probably be on day 2. I'm assuming with him. I probably could see that him getting day 2, maybe him being like maybe the opening match, or maybe in the middle.
His opponent will be interesting. Who he faces.
Who you think his opponent will be for his last match?
I mean, that's a slow. I mean,
you think it'll be like a younger guy, like a kind of like pass the baton type of thing, or do you think it'll be like kind of like a, bring out like somebody old?
If anybody, if we're gonna do John Cena, it would have to be Randy Orton. If it's somebody older.
Okay. Why Randy Orton? You would have to.
Because I've always felt like Randy was his nemesis. That was his main arch nemesis.
Okay.
Was Randy Orton, because they both kind of came up in the same time.
I know he's still involved in it.
Yeah. Now he's still doing his thing. So if anybody, it'd be Randy.
Okay.
If it was an old person. Now, as far as a new person goes, I don't know. That I don't know.
So what would you put the money line at for Randy Orton? You think he would be the favorite currently right now, or would you put your money on the field?
That's a good question. I probably put on the field.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably put on the field.
What would be the most surprising matchup? Sorry to cut you off. What would be the most surprising matchup?
Surprising matchup?
Like, yeah, you would like something you would really want to see. Like you'd be like you. It seems impossible right now, but for some reason they were able to just make it happen for John Cena.
I don't know. That's difficult. Probably him and LA Knight, maybe.
LA Knight.
I think him and LA Knight would be actually good, but I think him and LA Knight would be pretty good. Because the promos would be good leading up to WrestleMania.
You think The Rock will be? You think The Rock will fight WrestleMania out here?
I think he's gonna face Roman.
It'll be the Roman and WrestleMania.
And then they pushed it to Vegas. I think it's gonna be Roman and Rock, because I think with this whole bloodline thing going forward, I think it's
I've been seeing that. Yeah, I've been seeing.
I think it's gonna be finally. This is my opinion. It might not happen, but I think it's gonna be finally revealed that he is the new tribal chief that's been giving orders to Solo Sikoa and all these dudes. Because now the Solo Sikoa is saying he's the tribal chief, and they beat up Paul Heyman. I think SummerSlam, either Jimmy Uso comes back and costs Solo Sikoa the match, or maybe Roman comes back and costs him the match.
So when you think Roman comes back into the,
I think it's either going to be SummerSlam or it's going to be Bad Blood.
When's Bad Blood? October. And SummerSlam is August, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it's either going to be one of those two dates.
So WrestleMania, I see tickets are on sale, at least resale. I don't know if they're really on sale, but What day you want to go, man? You trying to go day 1, day 2? You trying to go both days? What's going
I
on?
don't know. I got to see the card first. I got to see who's wrestling
Oh,
first.
you gotta see the card. When do they announce the card? When do you start seeing the card?
Well, not till after wrestling. I mean, Royal
Or after
Rumble.
Royal Rumble?
Yeah, that's when they start leading up to the card. Like who's going to be on it? Because I mean, you got the Royal Rumble. The women and men who win the Royal Rumble, they automatically get a match at WrestleMania against whatever champion that they choose. So you got that, and you got the other, whoever they don't choose, they got to face whoever they're gonna face. You got that Intercontinental Championship, U.S. Championship, um, tag team titles.
Yeah.
So there's so many belts that they got to do that, and then whatever feud. Like I believe it's gonna be Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill next year.
Okay.
I do
That'll
think
be
that.
fine.
I think Bianca turns on her after they lose their match, their tag team match. I think they slowly build up to her turning on Jade Cargill, and we get Bianca Belair's first heel run.
Yo, I'm leaning towards. I low key kind of want to go to both days. I ain't going front with you, dog.
Okay, baller,
Nah, man. Hey, man. Hey, you never know, brother. I might surprise you.
baller,
I might
baller.
surprise you. I might surprise you, my brother. I might surprise
No,
you. I might surprise you with something, my brother. You never know, brother.
I mean you got the connections.
Just saying, brother. It's already been whispered a little bit. Nothing's guaranteed, but I already put in some ears. So we shall see, my brother. I might surprise you with something. Nothing
You do.
guaranteed yet, though.
I'm in the building.
No, trust me, brother. If I'm going, you going, brother.
I'm
It's
in
more
the
important for
building.
you to go than it is for me. But I've never been to a WrestleMania, bro. I've never been to a live wrestling match at
I've been
all.
to SummerSlam and stuff, Survivor Series and stuff like that. I think I've been to Elimination Chamber too, but I ain't never been to WrestleMania.
No, I've never been to WrestleMania. I'm like in Vegas too. This is the first time ever WrestleMania's been in Vegas, right? Or
No,
second?
the second time,
Second
last
time, yeah,
time,
because it came out what like
like in
after
the
COVID,
90s,
right?
like in the 90s.
90s. Huh? Oh, okay.
It came in the 90s. They
Where they do it at? Like Caesar's Palace.
Caesar's Palace. That
Oh,
was
okay.
when Bret Hart lost to Yokozuna,
Ah, okay.
and
Well,
Hulk Hogan came out and stole the show like he always
well,
does.
I need to be there, and if I have my dream, I'll be right next to that motherfucking ring, or close enough. Shit. But we'll see, man. Well, shout out to John Cena, man. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, for sure.
His career, brother. I know he's doing well in Hollywood as well. So he has a couple movies out right now. Hey,
For
John,
sure.
if you hear this, man, come on the pod, man. You know what I mean? Love the interview, brother.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's go back to the NBA to talk about Demar Derozan.
Yeah.
My man has gotten traded.
Mm-hmm.
He is a king now.
He's a king.
And the 3-team trade, the Kings received DeMar DeRozan. Bulls received Chris, what's his name?
Duarte.
Duarte. 2 second-round picks and some cash. And the Spurs received Harrison Barnes and a 2031 unprotected pick swap with the Kings.
Yeah.
With that, DeMar DeRozan got a contract extension, a 3-year, $74 million new contract to play with the Sacramento Kings. While the third year of that is only partially guaranteed at a minimum, DeMar DeRozan will make close to $50 million over the next 2 seasons at 34 and 35. What are your thoughts on this trade, sir?
Hey, yo, congratulations to DeMar. Getting the contract, 3 years, $74 million. I think with any signing trade, there has to be a 3-year deal for it to be completed. So, congratulations to him. Look, man, I think it's good. It adds another score to the Sacramento Kings. You still got De'Aaron Fox, you still got Keegan Murray, Kevin Huerter, Sabonis. So you still got Malik Monk coming off the bench with his scoring power. He could drop 30, 40 any given moment. You know what I mean? So it should add a little bit more explosiveness to them. I think it also helps with them in closing game situations because it's not just going to be on De'Aaron Fox's hands. You have the potential. Obviously, you have DeMar DeRozan there too, so it kind of helps open up the floor for De'Aaron Fox, and adds some more game planning as far as like at the end of games, and it's not kind of like seeing that it's just going to be De'Aaron Fox the last moments of the game. So DeMar DeRozan has proven he can close out games and win series and stuff like that. So it should definitely be good for the Kings. Not saying it boosts them up to title contenders or anything like that, but it makes them a little bit more formidable. Makes it a little bit more interesting. Especially, I think it puts them probably in the same tier. I would assume it's probably like probably right where the Lakers are. I would assume around there. Some people might have them ahead of the Lakers. I personally wouldn't, but it should be good. I really do like Harrison Barnes to the San Antonio Spurs. It does add more veteran around Victor Wembanyama, and now that he has Chris Paul over there, you have another wing that helps out, especially defensively and offensively. I think Harrison Barnes averaged I think around like 15 points, 14, 15 points last season. So it definitely helps out the Spurs with that. And not too much with the Bulls. I think the Bulls are pretty much in a rebuilding mode situation. I know they're still trying to get Zach LaVine off their books. We got to see what's up with Lonzo Ball. I heard he might get bought out and become a free agent. So I do like it for the Kings and the Spurs, though. I really do. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, man, I'll defer to you. I don't really pay attention to the Kings like that, so I really don't know too much about the Kings. But like you said, adds another score. That's a plus for them. They probably need that, and get the Sacramento fan base a little bit more excited because they got somebody who come in and give them some quality, minutes and put some excitement to that Sacramento team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, DeMar's going to win them some games. He's going to win them some games. It helps with the mid-range game. I'm kind of curious how it's going to work with him and Sabonis on the floor. But, with him and De'Aaron Fox, man, closing-wise, it should definitely help them a lot.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, man, let's talk about Ryan Garcia, man. It's not good, man. Not good at all, man. My man was on Spaces talking about he hates black people,
Muslims.
Said he wanted to dig up George Floyd and re-kill him or re-murder him, unalive him. Yeah, man, he alienated himself, man, and I'm done with you, Ryan Garcia. It's over for you, sir. I will no longer be supporting your fights. I don't care who you fight. I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't want to hear nothing about you as under the influence or anything like that. You knew what you was doing, sir. And Tiafimo, you some nasty work too with the picture you posted. I'm almost about time to cut your ass off too.
No, I haven't said what did he do?
He put a picture of him and Ryan Garcia talking about the divorce crew. The divorce duo.
Nah.
You standing next to him is not a good look.
Yeah, that's true.
You already made some comments yourself. So, yeah. I'm going to let you have it, man. You go ahead and spit your piece about this situation.
Look, man. I've came on this show and I've said that I've had conversations with Ryan Garcia. I thought he was a really good dude. The conversations that I did have with him, he seemed like he was a very religious kid. I'm not gonna make no excuses for him. What he said was really disappointing. You know what I mean? I was rooting for Ryan even when he was going through his seems like he's going through some substance abuse issues that he's going with, but that's not an excuse for the rhetoric that he said on the Spaces. Some of the disgusting things he said about George Floyd and Muslims and obviously black people as a whole. Obviously, we can have more conversations on the dynamic between Mexican and black people, brown and black culture, and why we hate each other so much. I don't get it, but it's there, it's relevant, and it's present in our lives today. So look, man, I can't really support Ryan Garcia at all anymore. He needs to get help. He needs to get psychiatric help. He needs to get in rehab. Right now, I think his whole career is spiraling before his eyes. You know, he said he was going to get rehabbed, and all of a sudden he saw his brother get his ass whooped, and now he's talking about he wants to be in his corner and all that type of shit. I don't know. Sooner or later, it's turning into white noise, man. At this point, you just kind of roll your eyes anytime Ryan Garcia's name just gets mentioned. He's kind of alienated himself from boxing. I don't know. At this point, it's pretty much impossible for anybody to touch him, but it is boxing. Somebody will take a chance because Ryan Garcia does. Reality is Ryan Garcia, he sells fights. Numbers show it, and that's the reality of it. So, yeah, I won't be supporting him. I won't be watching his fights. And man, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And with Teofimo, I wasn't aware about the whole picture, but you know, I'm a big Teofimo fan, and you know, Teofimo has, you know, he has kind of walked the line on certain certain things, you know what I mean, that have, you know, turning, you know, been questionable. You know, I'm not saying he's on the same element as Ryan Garcia, because what Ryan did was way more crazier, but hey, Teofimo, just, you know, gotta pay attention, man. But you know, boxers, bro, they don't give a fuck about that shit, man. They're gonna do anything to kind of do what they want to do, man. That's just the way the fighting world works, man. So see it all the time.
Yeah. Well, sir, I have a new segment. It's called "Get Him the Fuck Out of Here."
Oh, that's a new segment. I didn't know about that one. You should let me know.
Shout out to battle rapper DNA. Let him know how I feel. Let's do that again. Get him the fuck out of here. So, no longer mentioning Ryan Garcia on this show.
Yeah, man. You know, hey, put him. Hey, it's like being on the block list. It is what it is, brother. There's no coming back from that. So, last time we'll talk about you.
All right, man. Let's talk about the AFC South, man.
Let's do it, man. Smell football around the corner.
All right, man. Start off with the Colts. They added Joe Flacco as a backup to Anthony Richardson. I think he'd be a good mentor to him. Help him, you know, teach him how to prepare, read film and all that good stuff. So that'd be good for him. They re-signed Michael Pittman Jr., Zaire Franklin. They re-signed Kenneth Moore. I think they re-signed DeForest Buckner.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in Julian Blackman. They re-signed Grover Stewart. They brought in Ronnie Harrison, linebacker. And you know, they just brought in, you know, some solid guys to help them out and re-sign a lot of their top players. Mm-hmm. They brought in Trey Sermon to run it back to back up. Jonathan, what's his name? Taylor.
Yeah, Johnson.
And then they lost quarterback Gordon Minshew to your Raiders. Running back Zach Moss, wide receiver Isaiah McKenzie, defensive end Jacob Martin. They drafted defensive end Latu out of UCLA, wide receiver Adnan Mitchell, Texas, offensive tackle Matt Caves, whatever, out of Pittsburgh, guard out of Wisconsin, Tanner Bostolini, and then wide receiver Anthony Gold out of Oregon State. I think the Colts are a fringe playoff team. I think if Anthony Richardson can start most of the season and, you know, come back off that injury, I think he could lead them to the playoffs at least. I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders, even though they added some guys on this team with, you know, you got Michael Pittman Jr., you got Alec Baldwin. I like the kid Josh Downs in his second year. There's still, you know, some question marks on this team. But I think if Anthony Richardson can stay healthy, I think they have a good shot to making the playoffs and possibly even surprising people and winning this division. So,
yeah.
What's your thoughts on the Colts?
I agree with you. I think it all stems from Anthony Richardson's development. Obviously, he didn't get to play with the last half of the year with that shoulder injury. So hopefully he's
Mm-hmm.
back. I know he's had some shoulder weakness during mini camp and all that, but hopefully by the time training camp gets going at the end of this month, that he'll be 100% and rolling. I said I do like the Donnie Mitchell. I thought he was a better Texas wide receiver. That's just me personally. I did like him more. But and then Latu, I thought that was a really good pickup as well. Look, they also got Shane Stockton. I think you said as far as like their new head coach for the Colts. So we got to see how they implement his style of offense. He didn't really look too promising at the end of last year for the Eagles, but we got to see what's up with how the Colts handle
Well, no,
that.
this is the second. Well, this is actually his second year as the
Second
head
year, my
coach.
bad. I apologize. I thought this was his first, so my bad. My bad. I apologize. But anyways, so we got to see how either way, we still have to see how Anthony Richardson progress in his development underneath this head
Yeah,
coach with his style. So, but I do agree for the most part. They're going to be a fringe kind of playoff team. You kind of look at their schedule here right off the bat. It gets pretty tough. You start off with the Texans, you're at the Packers, the Bears. No matter how we feel, that's going to be difficult just with the talent alone that they have. That's a home game. Then you got the Steelers. Then you're at the Jags. So that's a really rough start out the gate. We're going to learn a lot about this team, and if they're going to be able to compete as far as within the division and making a playoff spot. So we'll see. But I'm there should be eyes on this team, man. They're always a force, especially on the defensive end. They always have tough games, man. It's never easy playing the Colts team, regardless, because they have some talent on that defensive side and on that offensive side. And Jonathan Taylor, you saw a little bit you saw some glimpses of him, being the rookie, that he was, where you had that big year. But hopefully, we got to see if he can keep it going and help out Anthony Richardson. So should be interesting to see that team progress.
yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about the Tennessee Titans. Their big signing in the offseason was wide receiver Calvin Ridley, formerly of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He signed a 4-year, $92 million deal, $50 million guaranteed. He'll bring some, some more juice to that wide receiver room with him. DeAndre Hopkins. They got Tyler Boyd also. They signed him. So that wide receiver room will be upgraded. Um, then you have L'Jarius Sneed. My Chiefs traded him to the Tennessee Titans. He will booster up their secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he'll definitely, help them out in that aspect. They brought in running back Tony Pollard. They brought in center Lloyd Cushenberry. He's going to booster up their offensive line. They brought in backup quarterback Mason Rudolph and linebacker Kenneth Murray Jr.
Yeah.
And then they brought in cornerback Chidobe Awuzie and signed offensive guards Sadiq Charles. They end up losing longtime running back Derrick Henry. They lost linebacker Aziz Al Shahir. They lost defensive tackle Derek Autry and cornerback Sean Murphy Bunting.
Mm-hmm.
And then they drafted tackle J.C. Latham. They drafted defensive tackle Devontae Sweat out of Texas. They got linebacker Cedric Gray out of North Carolina. They got cornerback Jarvis Brownlee out of Louisville. They got a wide receiver Jaquan Jackson out of Tulane. Uh, they got a safety. I think it says Gene Williams out of Miami, and then they got edge rusher Jalen Williams out of Michigan.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Tennessee Titans. It's Will Levis or bust. We're gonna find out if Will Levis can take that step from year 1 to year 2. He's got the weapons around him now. There's no excuses. Um, the running backs are going to be interesting. With life after Derrick Henry, you bring in Tony Pollard to go with Tajay Spears. They're going to be kind of a 1-2 tandem, probably a running back by committee type of deal. That defense is always going to be solid with Jeffrey Simmons in the middle. You bring in a Tavaje Sweat to kind of be that nose tackle in the middle next to him. Like I said, you bring in a Jerry Sneed to be able to cover number one wide receivers.
Yeah.
Like I said, Tennessee, I don't like I said, it's all on Will Levis, man. If Will Levis could show us something, then they possibly could be a playoff team. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't saying they not Super Bowl contenders, but they could be a playoff team for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I could see them going, I don't know, 7 and 10, 8-9. But I could also see them going 10-7 and getting that a 9-8, 10-7, and getting that last wild card spot or something. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Obviously, they're getting a new head coach, Brian Callahan. So obviously, we gotta see how that works. I do love the L'Jarius Sneed pickup. I think that definitely helps them on the defensive side. I agree with you again. This really comes down to the development of Will Levis and what Brian Callahan could do with him. But I'm looking at their schedule at the beginning. It's going to be really tough for them right out the gate. You're looking at they're at the Bears, and you come back. You got the Jets, you got the Packers, you're at the Dolphins, you got the Colts, you're at the Bills, you're at the Lions. I think there might be a bye week somewhere in there, but overall, that's a tough stretch for your first 7 games, your first 7 opponents. So I don't see a playoff run in them at all. I think this is kind of like I get it. They traded for L'Jarius Sneed and they're expecting to make noise. You're doing all this, but look, man, unless if Will Levis has one of these blowout seasons, kind of like where we didn't see coming. I know you're not the big Will Levis guy. We saw some glimpses of him being able to throw the deep ball and have some success with that. I think obviously with Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd added amongst DeAndre Hopkins, I think that would definitely help. Tony Pollard, he's a speed back out there, so I think that also helps on the passing game. But but I think he's a turnover machine. So, I think the defense will keep him in some of these games, but can that offense be explosive that we think they can? You might see glimpses here and there, but can they be consistent with it? That's kind of like really the question with most of these teams with younger quarterbacks. So, we'll see. I just think right off the gate with this, I guess you could see them maybe beating the Bears, but I still think that's going to be tough. First game with Caleb Williams right out the back at home. That crowd's going to be kind of going crazy. Then to the Jets, Packers, you got a strong defense right there with Aaron Rodgers. If he can stay healthy, that's going to be tough on their defense. The Packers offense is going to be a tough stop. Obviously the Dolphins is really going to be tough. So I just think it's going to be overall tough for them to make the playoffs with this schedule. It's just going to be too hard.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's go to Jacksonville. They added defensive tackle Eric Armstead. They got wide receiver Gabe Davis. They signed center Mitch Morse, which will help their offensive line. They signed offensive line Ezra Cleveland, or safety Ezra Cleveland. They traded for Mac Jones. They signed Darnell Savage, safety. They signed running back Dearness Johnson. Of course, they lost Calvin Ridley. They lost safety Rashawn Jenkins. They lost cornerback Darius Williams. They lost running back wide receiver Jamal Agnew. They lost defensive tackle. What's his name? Cleveland Chasen. And then they got wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. at LSU. D tackle Mason Smith. They got cornerback Jerryon Jones. They got D tackle Jordan Jefferson. Cornerback DeAndre Price. Running back Killian Robinson. They got a kicker Cam Little. And they got defensive end Miles Cole.
Yeah.
This is the year he got the big contract. This is the year where Trevor Lawrence needs to show that he is a top tier quarterback. Bottom line. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He has to show that he is one of those guys. We see glimpses of it, but we don't see it on a consistent basis. Now, I understand last year he was hurt. They was 8-3, and then he got hurt, and they kind of just tailored off. And then the last game of the season, they folded
Yeah.
against Tennessee. So, um, this is a show improve. I think this is a show improve for. I mean, Trevor's going to be there because they signed him. But this is really going to be a big year for Doug Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Doug Peterson and them, if they don't at least make it to the AFC Championship game this year, I think Doug's gonna be out.
Yeah.
And I think they'll go a different direction. So
Yeah.
my expectations for Jacksonville is AFC Championship or bust. I think they boosted up their defense enough to, they got Jonathan Allen. I think they gave him a contract extension. You brought in Eric Armstead. He's going to be good on that defensive line. You brought in Gabe Davis. As much as, me and you feel Gabe Davis is a little overrated, he
Yeah.
can provide you the deep threat that they need on this team with, what's the other receiver name on here?
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk. I think he can provide that, with Christian Kirk. And then you got Evan Ingram is the tight end. And then with Travis Etienne, we already know what he represents.
Yeah.
This offense could be still really good. You know what I'm saying? And with Dougie P's, play calling, I think that he could, open things up with this, and use Gabe Davis as the deep threat to open things up. So defensively, like I said, Eric Armstead, he's going to help on that defensive line. Darnell Savage is a good safety. He'll be able to play off of Andre Cisco, who's a really good free safety. You don't want to go across the middle with these two guys in the middle.
No,
so,
not at all.
And then drafting Brian Thomas Jr., who has the potential to be a top tier wide receiver. He has all the makings to be that guy. He's 6'3", runs a 4.3. He's a gazelle. So
Yeah.
he'll definitely have his opportunities to take, be on this squad and be that big body receiver that they need on this team and possibly build, a rapport with Trevor Lawrence. So I liked what they did in the off season, but like I said, it's time for Trevor Lawrence to put up a shut up, and it's time for them to at least make it to an AFC Championship game.
Yeah. Yeah, this is probably one of the more Jekyll and Hyde teams in this division. They have all the capabilities of competing for this division and making some kind of playoff run. I agree with you. Like, I'll say this. I think Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson both have pressure in different ways. I know Trevor Lawrence did get his contract. So I think it's more of a public perception pressure for Trevor Lawrence. If he does not perform well, I think the way he gets talked about amongst media and then amongst fans and amongst other podcasts and stuff like that, I think you'll see that rhetoric change. I think people will start putting him in the more of the inconsistency kind of factors, kind of like more in the Tua angle, as far as like you'll expect it more, but I don't know. There's just something just missing, I guess, in a sense. Like we have seen Trevor Lawrence, win games. We have seen instances where he should be he should be on the same stratosphere as the CJ Stroud. He should be, just the projections that he had in college, man, like some of the things he did in college. And I get it. You're right. He was injured last year. So, he is going to get a little bit of a break, but there is a lot of pressure. I think on the Doug Peterson front, there's pressure for him to keep his job. So if he does not win this, if they don't get to at least the divisional round and look at least competitive in that, I think he's gone. I agree with you. They should be able to compete to make it to the AFC Championship game. They could be one of the surprising teams that surprisingly could get to a Super Bowl and surprise some people if they get hot at the right time. I do love the Brian Thomas Jr. pickup. I think that helps that offensive side. With Gabe Davis, I agree with you. We both think he's a little overrated. But, there have been plenty of games where he does, do 180 or 200 for 3 TDs. I feel like he does that once, maybe twice a year. So, you're going to get one of those games in you. Obviously, the Calvin Ridley thing didn't work out as we all thought it would have. With that, maybe that 1 year where he got suspended kind of affected his rhythm as far as like getting the flow amongst, day-to-day football things, especially during game speed. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. I don't think there should be any excuses for this team. Obviously, this defense needs to perform a lot better than what they have been the last couple of years. They, as you said, they added Eric Armstead. They still have the same pieces for the most part that they did last year. Some of their more dominant pieces. So, look, there's no more excuses, man. They should be competing with the Texans for this division, and they should be making the playoffs and fighting for a Super Bowl. Championship. That's the reality of this
Mm-hmm.
with this contract and the way this team is being built up in Doug Peterson's job. So there's no more excuses.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, Houston Texans. They brought in defensive end Darnell Hunter,
Hmm.
who's going to booster up that defensive line with Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Um, you got they traded for Stephon Diggs, who's going to booster up that wide receiver core. Him, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, who had a great year last year. There'll be a three-headed monster with Dalton Schultz. You brought in defensive end to Nico Autry. Another person is going to booster up their defensive line. You brought in linebacker Aziz Asher. You got cornerback C.J. Henderson, defensive end Derek Barnett, defensive end Mario Edwards Jr. They lost defensive end Jonathan Greenwood, running back Devin Singletary, and linebacker Blake Cushman.
Hmm.
In the draft, they got Kamari Lester. It's going to help him on the other side with Derek Stingley. They brought in tackle Blake Fisher out of Notre Dame, safety Colin Bullock, tight end Kate Stover from Ohio State, and yeah, um, we all have high expectations of Houston this year. Um,
Yeah.
they have the makings on paper to look like a Super Bowl contender. Um, Definitely the favorite to win this division. Um, we'll see. What I'm saying, we all believe in CJ Stroud. We still got to see how he looks in his sophomore season.
Hmm.
Usually, the sophomore season is the toughest one because now defenses are game planning on you. Now they've watched tapes on you. They know your tendencies. They know what you can do now, and this is where see if you've been in the film room. Have you been studying? What have you done to correct some of your flaws? Have you corrected some of those things that now these defenses have other things to worry about you? We got to see that in CJ Stroud. We feel like he could do it, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But we
Hmm.
got to see. But at the same time, they're my favorite to win this division. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if they're a number one seed, number two seed, Um, I got them winning at least 13 or 14 games this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like I said, they went all in. They were smart. While their quarterback is getting that rookie contract, you go sign other players. You give big deals to other people, and you surround him with the best talent that you can. That's what the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. You got to have the same philosophy. While you guys cheap, you put the best talent on offense and defense that you can. You try to go for that Super Bowl, and that's what the Texans are doing. And like I said, I got high expectations for this team. So
No, yeah. I think the Houston offensive unit is probably one of the more impressive units on paper, probably in the whole entire league. Their receivers, man, Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell. You still got Robert Woods, Noah Brown. You got Johnny Mechie the third. You know what I mean? That's a really good. Yo, that's solid, bro. Like, and then obviously you get Joe Mixon in the front. Obviously they would like to see
yeah.
improvement on the running game. The running game last year didn't really help out too much. They had some moments here and there, but you would like to see a little bit more consistency on the running game with them. Look, I agree with you, man. This is my favorite. I expect big things from CJ Stroud. I get it. It is his second year, but I think that playoff game, even the one that he lost against, I think it was Baltimore, right? They lost in Baltimore. I think he still looked good, man, even for a rookie quarterback. So, look, I have major faith in D'Amico Ryans and getting that defense to the way he had that defense in San Francisco. Obviously, they had way more talent on there, but they're not too far off, man. They're still a little young on that defensive side, but I think they'll definitely get better. Yeah, I expect big things from the Texans. I expect them to make the playoffs, and I wouldn't be surprised if they made a Super Bowl run. I would not at all make the Super Bowl. I think they'll give the Chiefs any team on that AFC side a run for their money. And I think a lot of people have a healthy fear of that team. And I expect Stephon Diggs to have a really good year this year too. There should be a lot of one-on-ones with these three receivers if they all can stay healthy. It should be easy pickings for them. So I'm excited to watch this team play. And I'll probably will use them in Madden if I don't use my team. So yeah.
Oh, so you are getting Madden.
Look, my brother. If I get Madden, excuse me, if I get Madden.
Okay.
Let me not jump the gun here, brother.
Well,
all right, look, listen here, brother. Most likely, I'll probably get that MVP bundle. Most likely. So it's just a better deal. I don't have no faith in Madden, but we'll see. They have to compete with college football.
Hopefully, college football will make them step their game.
Who ain't gonna do nothing?
Oh, snaps.
Who ain't gonna do nothing? What are you talking about?
The trash talking commences.
What are you talking about? He talking to me? I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, he's talking to you. He talking to me.
This is Madden, huh?
Yeah.
Well, hey, brother. Hey, college football come on next.
Trying to get there on.
Yo, college football come on next week, my guy. You know what I mean? And once, we can get it popping. Just for you, I'll buy Madden just for you, so I can put in that work. You know what I'm saying? Just for you, brother. We'll make it happen. College football come out next week. I'm amped.
That's funny. All right, man. Well, that's enough. That's all the topics today, man.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Not really, brother. No, not really. It's been slow. We're in slow season with sports, man. It's not really much going on. So, what about you? You got anything else on your mind you need to get off? I know you had a long day already, so.
Yeah. And still gotta go pick up my babies.
Yeah, I'll pick up the kids, man.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do a flowers of the week, man.
Let's do it. I got solid 2. First one, I know we already talked about this earlier, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna give my props to Kendrick and the West Coast for the music video, for the overall experience with this rap battle, man. You're doing your victory lap. Hopefully we get this album, man. Hopefully we get that snippet. Hopefully we get the tour. So give my flowers to him, his family, everybody involved with Kendrick, PG Lang, all them. Shout out to Compton, shout out to LA, West Coast. Y'all deserve it. And then I'm also giving a big shout out. Speaking of college football, I'm giving a big flower to EA and college football 25. I saw the gameplay reveal they had earlier today. My God, that game looks amazing. I'm itching. I'm waiting. I can't wait. I can't wait to get my hands on it next week. I can't wait to start putting in work. Can't wait to get my dynasty teams up. Can't wait to whip all y'all online, head to head, whatever y'all want to do. Online tournaments, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to EA. I think this might be the first flower in EA history since probably the early 2000s. So yeah, man, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody involved in making that game, man. I'm excited to get my hands on that.
I got a couple of them too. I want to give a shout out to my grandfather. Turned 83 today.
Happy birthday!
Flowers. Happy birthday to my grandfather. Only grandparent I still have left, is him. So you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna give definitely a shout out. I also want to give a shout out to the Royals, man. 4 All-Stars, baby. You know what I'm saying? Seth Lugo, Cole Reagans, Bobby Witt Jr., and Salvador Perez, man. Y'all made the All-Star. Last year, we weren't even thinking about that. Now look at us. At us.
That's what's
Good
up.
job, fellas. Good job, fellas. So you get your flowers this week.
Good stuff. So hell no, I got two. First one goes to Rico Knows TikTok. He gets my hell nah for this week for his comments on Kyrie Jackson. Seemed like he kind of celebrated his death in the sense of, he kind of said he was like kind of like a terrible person. That he kind of saw this coming. That he doesn't care about death and all this other type of stuff. Uh, my guy, look, I'm gonna say this one time. You are a piece of shit, excuse my language, but that's no way you go about death. That's not, you don't celebrate people dying like that. Kyrie Jackson, he was trying to get his life back together. I know he had some bad things that happened in his past, but everybody goes through it. Seemed like he was trying to do better for himself. He just got drafted this year by the Vikings. It was a sad way, he passed away in a car accident. So prayers out to him and his family. But for you to kind of promote yourself off of somebody else's death, that's sick behavior, man. That's one of the issues that we have with certain people who like to use this platform and try to promote themselves off some ignorant stuff, man. So he gets a hell no for that. And then on a lighter note, this Vegas Heat gets a fucking hell no, boy. Beat the record yesterday. I think they said it got up to 120 or something. It's insane right here. So yeah, this Vegas Heat, boy. I know I was tired of the cold weather, but I'm starting to get tired of this heat now too. So I guess that gets my second hell no of the week.
I don't know how true this story is, but fuck it. Hulk Hogan, you get a hell no of the week, bro. Supposedly, TikTok creator, what's her name? Essence Janae, influencer, said she was hired to be a brand ambassador for Hulk Hogan's new beer, Real American Beer. Had a week-long contract. He met her, and at the first day meeting her, he fired her. Said that she feels like he got fired because she's black. And she didn't want any black ambassadors. Look, Hulk Hogan, this may not even be the reason why you fired her. She might have been a bitch. You never know. She might not have been a nice person. But it's not a good look for you, sir. You already got the racist stigma on you already from your tapes that leaked out on you. So, yeah, brother, you get the hell no of the week.
Not surprised, but
oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Oh my.
All right, man. It's time to give a shout out to Glitch Energy.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Glitch. They've been rocking with us for a minute, so gotta give them a shout out. Glitch Energy Drink offers a wide range of delicious flavors to suit everyone's taste preferences. Whether you're into fruity flavors like Maui Punch, Cherry Bomb, Blue Smurf, and grenades, there's something for everyone. Glitch Energy Drink is not only great for gamers and workout warriors, but also for everyday people who simply need a boost of energy. It's a healthy choice that you can feel good about. You can find more information and purchase Glitch Energy Drink at glitchenergy.com. Remember to use the promo code Cris and Mal to get 10% off your purchase and start enjoying these great drinks, man. So use the promo code Cris and Mal, get that savings, man, and shout out to Glitch, man.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Glitch Energy Drink. Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use to listen to your podcast on, the Cris and Mal podcast is on there. Go ahead and follow us. Listen to all of our episodes. If you're a first-time watch on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump in the live with us. You can talk about these topics with us, just like Stan is. And we can get your feedback, man, because we want you guys to be a part of this show just as much as we are. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Whatever social media platform you use, whether it be Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Twitch, whatever you use to do your social media on, Cris and Mal podcast is available. Go ahead and follow us. We'll follow you back. Just some regular guys that like to talk sports and music and other various topics. So go ahead and follow us. Give us critique, feedback. If you have a question or a topic that is sports related or music related or anything movie related, and we like it, we'll bring it up on the show. We will shout you out on the show. We want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and follow us and hit us up, whether it be DM or mentions or our email address, which should be available on all of our social media platforms. So go ahead and hit us up, man. Also, now this is on my other channel, my Arrowhead Cheek podcast channel, but if you want to hear some content, I'm still representing the Cris and Mal podcast also. But tomorrow I will be on the what's it called? The Coming where's it? No, I messed this brother up. Shout out to Dolph Jackson. I will be on the As the NFL Turn podcast. Come on in, Sports Network. So join me. Come on in. We're talking sports and NFL type stuff. So jump in. Like I said, I will be representing not just the Arrowhead Cheek podcast, but I'll be representing the Cris and Mal podcast too. So go ahead and jump in with us. You know what I'm saying? Tune in at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So shout out to those brothers over there. All right, man. Until next time, till Wednesday, we out.